If you see opportunities instead of obstacles, you're one of us. If you feel like your ideas are out of this world and nobody understands them, you're one of us. If you spend sleepless nights working on your craft, trying to do better than yesterday, you're one of us. If there are times where you feel confused, discouraged, and alone, then you are one of us. So together, let's face it.
Hello. Sanibonani siyani bingelela. Welcome faces. Welcome to the show. This is Mayibongwe and speaker, Coffee Coveristo Kofifi, and I am your host. I know that one always gets you, right?
No, all the time. I'm not used to it even till today.
Impinchi yaboputi yetumkhandlo siyabingela. They will know. They will know. None of my faces you will end up knowing. You'll catch up to it.
They will catch up. You'll get it.
What's up, Linda?
Hello, everybody. Hi.
The
Hello,
African
Coffee.
queen.
Oh my goodness.
The African queen.
Yeah. I think we should make a song. What's up?
Oh.
Anyway, hello faces. How are you doing? I hope everybody is well. I'm good. And once again, I am Lindelenhle Wanjirunjoya, your co-host on Let's Face It. We are back. Once again, we are here. Facing it.
It's
Another
time.
one.
It's time. Asenzenjalo. Let's face it. Guys, today what we'll be talking about, and this second episode of ours, it's the second one.
Number two.
Siyabonga kulaba bukela the first one. If this one is your first time joining us in, you can still catch up. Guys, you can still catch up on the first episode and watch it and get to see what we're all about. It was more of an intro video. It was more of an intro episode.
Yes.
And we were sharing more about ourselves and all that type of stuff. It was really exciting.
If it's your first one, please subscribe. Please. Please.
Ding, ding, ding,
subscribe.
ding, ding, ding,
And
the bell.
for
Ding,
any
ding, ding, ding.
notifications.
Exactly.
And follow us.
On Instagram, as well as on Facebook. In fact, on all our social media
of them.
platforms,
We
guys.
will drop them.
Yeah,
down there,
we
so.
will drop them. Otherwise, welcome, guys. What we'll be talking about, because it's siyakhuluma thina.
Kakhulu.
Singaze senze ngetuli njengelipakete, but what we'll be talking about is adulting.
Basically.
So we want to just talk about transitioning into the adulthood.
Adult
And-
life and decisions.
Yeah.
Wow. What growing.
It's an exciting topic, yet
is.
tricky and serious topic, I
Yes,
must say.
it is.
From my point of view, I feel like kunengi loku lesi ngakatshelwa kona, if I can be selfish.
And then you discover it.
Exactly.
Not even in the process, when you are inside, you're like, it's like this. You know what I'm saying? So, yes.
So yeah, we just want to talk about that, share our personal views, share our experiences, and we hope you are also going to share your personal views on the comments, on the social media platforms, and anyway. You can even do them at 30 seconds or 1 minute videos,
Of
guys,
course, just-
and drop them on our in social media.
and we
Share
will-
your views.
We will just post and repost.
Exactly.
We repost, guys, and we appreciate all of those shout outs. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Totally.
So let us do that. So yeah, adulting, Linda. Maybe let us just quickly
See,
try and define adults
adulting,
or
becoming
adulthood.
an adult, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I think becoming an adult is when you've started thinking straight.
Okay.
You are able, your parents also trust you now to also make your own decisions responsibly. So that's what I can say now adulting is.
Yeah.
I always make a joke. and
Okay.
say, my mom just threw me in the deep end and said, yes or no?
What are you talking about?
I was quite traumatized, ma.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? Yes or no on what?
I'm like,
Nah.
no. You've always made my decisions continue. And she was like, no, now it's time. It's your time. So
Basically,
That is it.
it has to do with the way that you are to lead your life for
Yes.
yourself
Yes.
and for the
Yes.
people around you.
Yes, totally.
Because adulthood, for me, it's not only about you, but it
No.
also means now there are people around you that count or that perhaps depend on you. Yeah, so that's what I will use or add on what you just used to define adulthood or adulting. Yeah. So I don't know, but I have a question. I don't know, maybe you want to ask me first, but I'll go first. I'll go first, like I always do.
Always. We're about to say, I'm first.
I'll go first.
Yes.
I want to ask you, when did you realize that, in matter of fact, have you or do you consider yourself as an adult now, which I want to believe it's a yes, and when did you realize the fact that, you know what, it has kicked in, I'm now a young adult, or I am in the process of transitioning to being an adult? Yeah.
When did I first? Yes, of course, now I am a young adult.
Yeah.
That one I'm totally agreeing on.
Yeah.
When did I first? I think I was 21.
Okay.
Honestly, I think.
What happened?
21.
They gave you the key on your
No,
birthday?
they didn't even give me the key on my birthday. I think being responsible for certain decisions, even in the house.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was. So let me tell. Just I like stories. I'm always telling stories. Always. So what happened is just a little story where I can say I was like, wow, okay, now I'm a young adult. I'm making decisions. My granny had a little accident and I had to move in with her. So now it's just the two of us. And I'm now driving. I'm making your breakfast, your lunch and supper. I must decide on. No more asking on. It's the small things. No more asking, oh, should I defrost the beef? Oh, should I defrost the chicken? That's all on me. I'm doing now the shopping list.
Oh my God.
I'm now thinking of feed for animals. That was actually a really, really big step from living in town and just knowing the fridge, the kitchen, taking the car to just go get what I was sent for, to now making decisions, yes or no decisions. Following up doctor's appointments, reminders and all of that. I think that was the stamp to when I knew
that now
this is real.
I think
When did you start? When did you realize that? No, saying
for me it was staying alone. I had to, when I moved to Ngwane Park High School from Makanyeni, at some point, I think it was around second term, I had to then stay close to school. So now it was, okay, first it was, I stayed at church, but I was alone at church at Mbigwake. And then later on, then Sakasha, but on a friend's place, but then I was living alone there. Yes, the parents, Mganwami, they will come now and again.
Check on you.
Check on me, but basically checking the tenants because, for me, it will have that certain level of Ngumvana Lakaya type situation because, So I think for me, that was when I realized that now I am somewhat transitioning or becoming an adult, because now I had to live for the first time ever. I had to live under a certain budget that I didn't know existed, especially when it comes to food. I mean, when I go to breakfast, how many eggs do I use? Because if I use a lot of them,
that means
there will be no like and then tomorrow we say eggs come about type situation. But for me, that was when I realized, okay, now I have to know, go to Insipo Ngemi.
Yes.
That make sure go to Iapela until I get my allowance. All those type of things, and making sure go to I manage even electricity. The smallest things, like you were saying.
It's the small things. It's not even the big things.
Exactly.
I have a question. I have a question. Talking about allowances. You know how most people, really, from childhood to tertiary, you get your allowance. Do you still get an allowance even now?
No, bro, no.
They cut it off.
Yeah. And you know what the funny thing is?
They didn't tell me.
We don't have a conversation. There's a conversation about this is how much we think we're going to give you as an allowance when you are still a child, or we're still at that point where you need now to have an allowance. Because another thing, I think we should, I want to say this out. Allowance doesn't mean, allowance is umkero allowance sometimes. Labo 5 rand that you take to school.
That's true.
Exactly. It's fancy type of thing. Normal 5,000 or so.
Money. It's that.
That's an allowance. Exactly.
Go buy yourself a pair of sneakers.
Then
there are of course people that have like a salary. I'll even call it a salary. Every month you get 500. You see, you know. Yeah. So I agree with you.
Yeah. So I was saying there's never that conversation that says. Now we are no longer going to give you their money. That we first had a conversation. It's okay because you're going to school and you'll be staying a lot in Ngone Park. So we're thinking we'll give you maybe $500 for groceries, or maybe, and then we'll add so much for electricity and maybe so there's that conversation, but then when they cut it off, you just realize realizing hey, you kuphela gezi and bengicabanga ukuthi, and then they're like okay, stawubona, and then kuphela eliviki bangakaboni. Then now you realize that I have to make a plan on my own. So saying the allowance, I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
We're pushing.
And I young allowance when I was immediately I finished tertiary.
Tertiary.
No, I finished tertiary. Then young lapo. I had it through tertiary because from my parents, because I wasn't government sponsored.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get
so
that.
I still had the allowance from high school. Then my tertiary, kula. But then immediately after, I think ngaithola inyanga afterwards, and then kwababe the allowance thereafter.
I think parents, please have conversations with us.
Exactly.
Normal from next month. At least give me a month to breathe in, breathe out, and then guys, please tell your parents also that you need to have that conversation. Especially also talking to the high school kids that are going to be the Form 5s that are going to be leaving. They should to have that conversation.
Yeah, try initiate it if they don't.
Yes.
Initiate the conversation that I know Guti, you won't be giving me this money forever. So I would like for us to have a conversation when you are thinking Guti, no longer fit. Because I think the parent won't also say Guti, because they are protecting you. But they will somehow unciphisa it until there is nothing or whatsoever. So initiate that conversation so that you are on the know. But you know what, as soon as possible I have to start making means of making sure good things allowance.
Because you might not even get like that much from whatever you're doing. Could even be selling chips. I used to sell popcorn in tertiary. I used to make a lot of money.
And logunye and logunye guys, is that as soon as the allowance ichuchwa and you have the need of money, obviously, but it is so important to make sure you don't find yourself doing things out of the way that you were groomed up to be. Number one. Two, that's true. That they are going to get you in trouble, basically. Because me, Nenji, if I can make an example, when I finished tertiary, instead of going home, I decided to stick around here in Babs, and I'm still here, proud of myself. It has been a great journey. I decided to stick around because I had the hope to quickly find a job. But then ended up starting a hustle and all that. So what I'm trying to say is that the need of the money, like I was saying, Lindelenhle, you discover ukuthi landlini la uhlala khona renting nguwe.
Yes.
Like literally nguwe. That means if you don't pay the rent, there's nothing.
There's consequences to that. Yes.
Exactly. Insipho yegeza nguwe. Here's the tricky and funny thing. I discovered ukuthi insipho akusiyo egeza kuphela. insipho kunensipho yegeza.
Oh yes, and
Kunensipho
insipho
yekwasha. Kunensipho yekwasha teacher.
Yes.
Ne?
Yes.
So all the insipho letihlukile you have
It's on you.
It's your pocket. You have to make a plan. Go to your insipho yase kitchen seyiphelile.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do? Oh, we had insipho yase bathroom seyiphelile.
Cleaning.
I mean, exactly.
Oh, you do. That's true. That's
Exactly.
very true. And it's it's really.
But here is what I want to know from you. Now you've said that you are transitioning to adulthood.
Yeah.
How do you manage? And how? In fact, let me ask it this way: how was it for you, in as far as saying, "Whoa, this is a whole new ground altogether"? And I want to believe, obviously, there are pressures in as far as there are expectations from yourself,
Yes.
perhaps from the people around you.
Yes.
And how were you dealing with that kind of atmosphere in as far as that is concerned?
So I've always had to have a responsibility somewhere, somehow. I'm going to bring up the firstborn card foods.
Okay.
Because you just feel like, oh, I must make sure my brothers and I, we all went to the same school. They were in primary, I was in high school. So I felt like, oh my goodness, I must make sure they're okay. If I see them, are you guys okay? Are you I just always had that caring thing. So for me, it was just about taking a bigger step.
Okay.
I was in the small little, I can make these little decisions, but now I'm like in the real world, if I should put it. So it felt good. I won't lie. It still feels good. I actually, there are the pressures where I'm like, I really don't want to do it today. Oh man. But I enjoy it. I'm enjoying.
Are you saying you enjoy that kind of pressure that you go through?
Yes, I do. Sometimes I cry.
Wait, man.
Listen, I enjoy.
You enjoy kushayeka uthi nanguva ka. Angikuva kahle mngana. Faces. Uthini girl? What kind of an adulthood are you in? Ngiva ngathi shothi mina ngirong lahlekile.
No, phela hayi kushayeka phela. The good side of it. I enjoy.
Which is the good side of it?
I enjoy facing pressure head on. There's sometimes you can face pressure. Ungene depression for a week.
Yeah.
Ungabi nje ne-solution. I can't live like that. I must come with a solution.
But how do you say you enjoy that? That's where I'm left.
Because the solution must come out. That's. But you pressure and no thanks.
I think what you enjoy when I'm mostly
taking the decision.
Yeah, it's the power that comes with it.
I like that.
Yo, okay.
I like that. Sorry.
My tongue.
I got lost. But yes, I like that power. Pressures and expectations. To be honest, it's difficult. There are days where I just wanna bury myself. Seriously,
Yeah,
I just
truth be told.
bury myself and say I'm not coming out of the house. I'm not doing anything. Sick down. Everything's just gonna end. Whatever happens, and you can't do that really.
As you're speaking,
You really can't.
as we're having this conversation, this one is I am thinking about that child that started adulting at the age of 16.
Oh yeah.
At the age of probably 10.
Yeah.
I can only imagine discovering that my younger siblings, they are probably now my responsibility. And for real, and without me making a decision on what we're gonna eat tonight,
Yes.
what are they going to wear?
Yo.
Man, I really wish we can have somebody that can maybe join us here in studio
To talk about
who is comfortable talking about that type of adulting.
Yes.
Because perhaps Tine or Mine na Lindelenhle as
we're
well
not fit for that because we actually
have the support system and the
it's just similar. So That's true. We would actually, that's a great idea.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, faces, if you know somebody, or if you are somebody who is comfortable or who've been through the journey where you had to become an adult at a very younger age, will really love for you to come through and support and share your experience. Not to gloat or what, but we want to believe that somebody else who maybe is going through the same thing that you've been through can get some help or support from that.
So we'd really appreciate that. Thinking about it, that's really true.
It's really deep.
Like, we're laughing here, and to think about it, they're real life
issues. This type of topic is a really challenge for. It's really something that other people are going through, and they're like, "Yo, man, yo."
Yeah, no, that's true. And you're way younger than us. That's what you're saying. Yo, that's. So
anyways, before Stalek Titila Nekala Nektetema whatsoever, let us move on. Anyways, we had talked about the pressures and expectation. I want us to add a different dynamic on this. Now, talking about the fact that you have become an adult, I want us to add a dynamic. Let's say now you are in a position to find a passion or to find a purpose that will anchor you in that adult that you are becoming that you are. A purpose in as far as saying, let me make an example.
Yes.
At school, we always, or at tertiary, we always like, I'm doing this course, I'm going to get out and get a job
and do this
and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to start a business, I'm going to buy a farm. That was me. Buy a farm and do that.
Do this ABC.
And then you finish tertiary, you don't get a job maybe, or you do get a job, but
the job maybe is taxing. It needs you to be there.
Exactly. And then there are other things that you wanted to do that you're not able to do, which maybe they define to you or to whosoever, they define some level of passion or they define some level of purpose. How do we go around those type of things? Have you been in a position where you experienced such a thing, and how was it for you, and what did you do to
coming out of tertiary and having our having a vision board basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just didn't come through.
Yeah. And
how did I now strive to that and get to my purpose and passion?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, of course I did. I had big dreams. I had big dreams. So I did multimedia, and it was an amazing course.
Okay.
Let me tell you, I was ready to even go and work for Disney. That's how I was.
The dreams were out of this world, like our intro says.
I was like, guys, I'm going to go. That's where I'm going. That's going to be my peak. I'm gonna start South Africa. Go, P. Anyway.
But it might be still coming, friend.
It might be.
Matter of fact, let us declare and decree
that it's still coming.
It's still coming.
But my purpose has completely changed. It has completely changed.
That's funny. It's funny how
completely.
I'm thinking it's funny how at preschool, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this. At primary, I wanna be something else now. At
high school, you're like, I'm not too sure, I know that it's this way. And then
tertiary again. I feel like at tertiary again, we are again sure. Okay, now I'm going to be this, or I'm going to be that, or I want to do it like this, like that. And in that tone, excited like preschool, but only to find good. Even after tertiary, again you find in yourself recalibrating or adjusting yourself.
360.
So
whole 360. So COVID also played a big role in that 360 change. But getting to now, we've scratched out the whole vision board of tertiary, of course, and we have a new vision board where now I sit down with myself and on purpose sit down and say, to get to the way you want to be, your purpose, to get to your purpose, of course, you must be passionate about something.
Yeah.
You must have long, short, and medium-term goals.
Yeah.
don't be afraid to talk to people where your passion or your purpose is, So that's what I do. I set my goals. I will set my goals, and I will say sometimes they're unrealistic. I won't lie. Sometimes I am like at 300 and my goal is I can only do 50%, right? So back to your question. Now we're going back to your question.
Yeah.
I still do.
Now you have become an adult.
Yes.
Or
I'm still in the process.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I want us to talk about finding that purpose.
Okay.
That passion,
yes,
or whatever it is that you will call it, something that grounds you in waking up every day and do you,
yes,
and do better than you did
yesterday.
Yes. Basically. So I want us to share, or I would love for you to share with us and the faces, how do you get to that point where you think, you know what, I found a purpose. This is what I am passionate about. I want to do this because it will bring some peace or some satisfaction in me, and it will make the people around me maybe be happy about the person or benefit them in whatsoever.
Whatever way. Okay, so I think for me it would come in two ways.
Okay.
My purpose in two ways.
Yeah.
One, self-satisfactory, and another, what you were saying, helping or satisfying the people around me.
Yeah.
So with self-satisfaction is the piece, and also we can look at it in terms of socio-economic.
Okay.
I want to be comfortable. I mean, we go back to, I may not have 100,000 in the bank.
Yeah.
I may not have your 50,000, but I want to be able to say, oh, I can do this. I'm going to call Coffee. I'm going to call my girlfriend, and we're going to be able to do this, So that's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, the people around me is also for comfort. I think comfortability would be the most important thing.
Yeah.
Now, how do we find your purpose? How do you find what you're passionate about?
Yeah.
What you enjoy. I think what you enjoy doing. Like here, this is number one. I have always somehow or somewhat wanted to do something in the production field.
Yeah, a matter of fact, you did.
Yes, I did, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I also enjoy talking, I love to talk. Funny enough, I don't like my voice, but I love to talk. So I don't know how I feel about that. But number one, you need to first know what you enjoy doing.
Okay.
And then groom that baby. That's now you're finding your purpose. I'm grooming to get there. And it won't even be easy, trust me. Some days you actually say, I don't like it. It's not that you don't like it. It's that you don't have the means to do that thing.
Yeah.
Or you're not at that level you thought you are in.
Nah.
So enjoying, grooming it, communicating, having people, like-minded people, very important. So that's now another thing. Also having goals to get to that purpose. So maybe that's when the passion comes in to now say, okay, I'm passionate about videography. Let's just make it. I'm passionate about videography. My purpose is to have a video studio that is out of this world.
Okay.
So what do I do? You see that type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's one. You groom it. You groom this baby. Get like-minded people. Have a strong support system.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to share your downs, your ups and downs.
True.
So that is me and how I got to
as you're speaking, I'm thinking that in fact reflecting to
yourself.
how to myself and what you're sharing, I am thinking that one of the things that I think we should be present to, or we should be aware of, is that passion or purpose, we are in a journey of finding it each and every day.
True. That's
it is
very
not something
true.
that one can confidently say,
this is it.
Mine, for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
I found my
Yeah.
purpose or my passion, purpose basically.
Yes, my purpose.
Because your passion varies each and every day.
True.
You're passionate about this, you're passionate about
True,
that, you're passionate.
true.
But purpose, maybe it's something that maybe sits with you for a while, and again you grow into another purpose or into
Maybe a season, same
Exactly.
purpose, but different
season,
season.
exactly.
Yeah, because I think there's a danger in now changing your purpose and
That's why I think we
Yeah.
should be comfortable with the fact that in our journey of growth
Yes.
as young adults or as teenagers or basically the youth in
Yes,
general,
yes, yes.
we should be comfortable with the fact that we are constantly going to be changing things that we like and love and passionate about and
Yes.
all those type of things.
but we have a
And
purpose.
yeah,
That's
one minute, and in 1 minute I'm convinced that this is my purpose. The
Yes.
next, but the funny thing is that there is always that string that connects everything that you will fall in love with,
With.
in as far as purpose is concerned, in
Yeah.
as far as passion is concerned. And I think we should be grateful when we get to that point where we realize that string, because I think for me, I know you were going to ask me that question,
Yes, I
but for
was.
me,
I was,
that's what defines a purpose. It is the string
Okay.
that connects you into the different passions that you have. So 1 minute, I am convinced that I'm going to be a lawyer.
Yes.
Like I said the other day, I was convinced at some point that I am going to be a lawyer because I was told that you can talk, you can do this, you can do. But at some point, I was really passionate about psychology and helping people. I mean, counseling and those type of things.
And
I mean, at some point, I was convinced that I am into journalism.
yes.
At the end of the day, I did PR and I'm doing a talk show. I've been a motivational speaker. So those are different parts. But if you look closely, there's a string that connects almost everything. Yeah, man. So
That's true.
I think that's what, for me, I will say that's what defines purpose. The string that connects all
Everything.
these things that you're passionate about.
That's a nice one. That's a really, really nice one. So now I have a follow-up question to that.
Okay.
Of the string. How then do you become independent in that way of now I have chosen and I'm going to stick to it with I don't want voices to influence me, because I'll just deviate a bit, that I will voice it out and somebody will just be like, public relation or a podcast or a YouTube channel, why would you do that, you know? So that's number one. How do you become independent that I'm not, and how do you then look at it? How do you then, oh gosh, the question I told you.
Oh, do you look away or not?
That should left me anyway. Let me even tempo now. I'll come back. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's back.
Yeah, okay.
How do you make sure that you are unique in Mayibongwe's form?
Okay. Uniqueness. Here is the thing. Let me start here. I don't think, again, disclaimer, personal view.
Yes.
I don't think you choose a purpose.
Okay.
I think rather you find it,
Yes.
or rather you identify it.
Okay.
So this is to say, your purpose or my purpose is always there.
Okay.
It is just me getting to a point where I am able to be aware the fact that this is it.
So basically, the uniqueness, it's already there. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of you. Okay.
Exactly. So you just answered that my question. You took the words out of my mouth. So basically, the uniqueness of Mayibongwe has always been there and will always be there. What defines Mayibongwe, or what set Mayibongwe apart from everybody is there. What the reason why Mayibongwe was created, or why he came to be?
Yes.
Because I don't want to talk about creation and as if it's churchy or whatsoever.
Yes.
But what makes Mayibongwe to be, what made Mayibongwe to be, has always and will always be there. Which again, for my belief is that what then will make Mayibongwe not to exist anymore is when he has accomplished, or when he has fulfilled the reason of him being there.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
So
I guess what I'm trying to say is that what will make you unique, or what makes you unique, is there. You just need to be in a position to be aware or to identify it.
Awesome.
This is what makes me unique.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
So it's there. It's their faces.
Yeah, faces.
If you feel like you don't have anything, or you just feel like, oh, it's not there. It's there. Stand up. Wake up.
And again, Linde.
Look for it.
Oh my. Preach, girl, preach. And I just wanted to emphasize this. In life, gosh, I'm a motivational speaker.
He did say he was once a motivational speaker, so in life.
So you know the fact that. Oh, I wanted to say it is important for us to explore a lot.
Yes.
And like I said earlier, be comfortable with the fact that you will keep on changing what you think or what you consider yourself to be passionate about or to be your purpose. The reason that I'm saying be comfortable with that, because the more you expose yourself, the more you will identify things that you like. And the more you will change now and again to say, I think this is it, I think this is it, I think is it. Okay. So we're not, the only thing that you need to then center yourself or bring yourself down into is to then say, okay, if I was like this, I like that, I like this. This is what connects everything.
The string once again.
Exactly.
Yes.
So then this then might be the reason that I have to focus on saying, if I'm passionate about helping people or about charity or about whatsoever, if I am able to help Lindelenhle today and tomorrow help whosoever, and I should be comfortable. I shouldn't be focusing on the fact that I want to have an NGO or whatsoever. That's a bigger picture.
It is.
And
then that's nice the purpose.
Yeah. Yes. And it's nice to dream for that to happen. But do not nail yourself on the cross because of that not happening on the time frame.
That's true. That is so true. Do not nail yourself on the cross. That's so true. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that we do as people. You don't allow yourself to breathe.
Exactly.
Take a breather and say, okay, I'm not there. It's going back to what I said also. I'm not there yet, but I'll get there.
Exactly.
I think that I'll get there is very important.
It's very important. You should allow yourself to wake up in the morning and motivate yourself to wake up in the morning and try again. Do something again that you think, at least in a day, there must be something that you like or that you feel like you. This was somehow self-fulfilling, the fact that I did this.
I did that, true.
It should be like that.
On purpose. Even if you're in the house and you say, Ish, I like that flower, go and smell it. They say there's a saying that says there's a difference between liking and loving something. When you love a flower, you go and smell it and water it and fence it and whatever. But when you like it, you go and pick it. So don't pick that flower. Don't pick it. Love it and groom it.
So, anyways, Linde, moving forward, I will want us then to talk about. We've talked about how tough it is.
Yes.
Have you talked about how tough it is? Because I think it's tough.
I think we haven't. Yeah, we haven't gone deep. We spoke about Lindelenhle. Let's talk about how tough it is.
What do you mean? Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. How tough is it? How tough is it?
Well, being a young adult.
Yes, in this world. In Eswatini. Yo,
man, it's tough. I don't want to lie. For me, it has been tough. tough.
Yes.
And it's really, really tough. You know, Guti, sometimes I cry.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say this. I know Indo Daikali and all that, but sometimes I cry. Like in my room, I'll be in my room and thinking about what I want to do and how I want to do it and how it's not working, because there are times where it won't work.
Yeah.
You will be convinced that this will work,
yes.
and you give it your best shot,
Yes.
but it doesn't.
Yeah.
So that's why I always say the adulting is really tough, because now when it doesn't work, it doesn't mean give up.
Or the end of the road.
Or
It's
the
not.
end of the road type situation.
Yeah.
Or you're no longer worth living.
Yes.
But when it gets tough, I usually comfort myself with these words. Might be some adult or whatsoever. But I usually motivate myself with these words, Lati, when it gets tough and when things don't happen the way that you want them to happen.
Yes.
It is just literally the universe preparing you for what is yet to come. So what is yet to come, here is the catch. What is yet to come might be good and great, or what is yet to come is another level of toughness.
Yeah.
So if you were able to conquer this toughness, be ready to face the next level of toughness, or be ready to face a breeder and again another level of toughness. So, and I've grown to a place where I've realized that everybody is facing their difficulties.
Can we please just speak on that also? Just a quick break. How Lindelenhle will literally think the world is ending and I'm never going to get through, and I'm going to come to set and I'm going to tell Coffee my problems, and Coffee will be like, bro, this is what's happening to me. And I'm like, I thought I was the only one.
And that's why it's important.
So,
that's why I believe it's important to speak.
Yes.
Speak to your circle. Speak to the people around you. Have a circle of people that you trust.
guys, Coffee
with
is
your problem.
my personal therapist on
Oh,
set.
whatever, man.
Anyway, yes.
But yeah, speak, because you might, like you're saying, you might think the world is ending,
True.
but it is really ending for everybody if it's ending.
Yes.
If it's literally ending, then that means it's ending for everybody. Everybody is really facing it hard and is really kufanele kushayeka sishayekile, like
Everybody.
asinamali,
Yeah,
bra.
that's true. That's
And if
very
you're asking me for some help financially and I'm not able to give it to you, it is not because I don't want to. It's because I don't have.
Yes.
You might be aware of the fact that I was in a gig last week and probably I charged this much and this much for doing whatsoever service that I do, and you think, Guti, oh bruh,
But-
how don't you have when I know you would, bruh, that money might no longer be mine.
Yes.
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 So it is really tough, and people are really
Is it still recording?
it is, and
Okay.
busy man. But really, it is really tough, bruh.
Yeah.
And I think people should come to terms with the fact that it will be tough, and it is tough, and it is okay, the fact that it's tough. Let us just grow into becoming better in that toughness that we're facing. And God knows, or the universe knows, at some point we do deserve a chance to breathe. And when it comes, allow yourself to breathe and enjoy it, because tomorrow it's a new day and another level of toughness might come.
Or the same breather is
Still gonna be there.
going through. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so it is tough.
Yeah, it's tough out there. And I think in most of our podcasts, you'll hear about talking to your circles a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Because even this is a cycling. You are part of the cycling.
So you need to.
So, yeah.
It's very important. And I like the fact that you say, allow yourself to breathe. I think that's also something we don't allow. I will not see that breather. I'll just say, hey, but maybe when I'm being called by someone and says, hey, let's just take a drive, that's my breather. And I think this person doesn't understand, how will I get to them? Don't think about that. Just do it and go.
Sometimes your breeder will be a friend of yours who is facing it really hard and they are really in the point of breaking.
Yes.
And will call you just to share what they are going through and basically offload. Use you. Sometimes a breeder will be somebody when you are really in the midst of you being stressed and having it at the really, I don't know what word I can use, but somebody will call you and say, let's meet up. And when you meet up, you think, oh, we're just having drinks. And
you're like, how? What I'm going through is nothing.
When you're also going through something.
That's true.
And you need to be there for the friend or for whoever that you're there. And when you're back in bed before you sleep, you realize that, oh my God, that was a breeder. I was given a chance to just say, and just focus on somebody else. And be there for somebody else rather than trying so hard to be there for myself. Yet it's not working. Yeah, sometimes it happens like that.
It does. I like that's a great way also of seeing it, because sometimes it may not always be fun and good, but it may be a phone call or a visit just for someone to get help from you. You can call it.
Yeah. I want to ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like ending your life?
Yes. I have been. Actually, wow. I'm speaking about this. Yes, I have been. I have been in that situation.
You know, the reason I'm asking this is because I want faces to be aware of the fact that it happens.
It does.
And I want us to face it. How do we as young adults, when we're experiencing the toughness that we've been talking about, Linde, and the challenges that we face and the false adulthood that we've been promised and we're not getting and all that type of thing. And we get to a point where we feel like that's it.
I'm
done.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
How
was that experience for you?
It was a lot. Bottling does not help.
Okay.
And that's one thing I can say for sure, is that bottling faces will never help you. I had to literally get professional help. I had to get a psychologist.
Are you comfortable sharing what were you going through?
Okay. What was I going through? It was a lot. Maybe not now on air, but it was a lot, hey? And I just felt like, you know what, it's okay. I'm going to do this. At least it'll be peaceful. I think that's all I wanted was peace. And you won't believe, I'm at the most peaceful stage of my life right now. I'm at peace. I've never felt so much peace, ever. So I just wanted to say, I'm going to rest. My body's going to rest. My mind is going to rest. I don't need to think about anybody. I don't need to talk to anybody. I'm going to do it. And
How did you plan to do it? Was got to be the pill?
Not even the pill. I had planned to overdose. They were all there. That's the thing. They were just all there. I was so ready to overdose. And you won't believe what stopped me. The thought of... So my parents, none was home. No adult was home. 20 what? I don't even remember. But 20 something. After high school. I think 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, 2021. No parent was home, so it was just my brothers and I. And what stopped me was, I don't want them to see a lifeless body. That trauma. That's all that stopped me. So if my parents were there, can you imagine what could have happened? I
probably have done.
Yeah. I would have. That's how close I was. I just said, I don't want them to be traumatized.
Your brothers.
And that week was the week I
shout out brothers, you saved the life. What are their names?
Mhlengi and Wenkosi.
Shout out Mhlengi and Wenkosi, siyabonga nasevela wanjiru. Malaika.
So that was that, and that week is when I took a decision to go and get help. So Have you? Okay, yes.
Did you share what you've been through not what you've been through, what you almost did with your parents or with...
Yes, I did. And my mom was... I didn't share it with my dad. Sorry, Dad, you see it live now. But like, I shared it with my mom, and she was devastated.
I mean,
she was devastated. So yeah, I think we don't realize that what it will do to the people around
us. Yeah,
she was devastated, man.
Nah.
It was quite bad. But hey, I'm here. And I've faced it. And I'm still facing it.
Nah.
So,
big ups to that.
Be a facer.
Big ups to that.
Yeah.
Do you think, now that you have overcome something like that, do you think, I don't know, this might be a stupid question because you don't know the future, but do you think you can have the guts to face such a weak moment in your life, or a moment of weakness like that in your life?
Now I can, and bravely even.
Okay.
I don't even think about who's gonna say what. Now I'm just like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not even like, it doesn't cross my mind to get to that point anymore. It just crosses my mind that, okay, we need a solution. Breather. It may take 3 months. Breather. You see, so it helps. That helps a lot. I have not gotten to that point since that time.
That's big ups to you, man.
Thank you.
Big ups to you.
Thank you so much. Have you ever gotten to the point of taking your life or thinking of doing it?
I have gotten to a point of thinking of doing it, not to the point of actually doing it.
Yes.
I tried hanging
Never
myself, or I
slitting
bought the
your
pills, or
wrist.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have thought about doing it, and perhaps planned that if I were to do it, I will do it like this. But I never took the action. Luckily, I woke up from that weakness, if I can say it, if put it like that, or that moment of weakness. I don't want to say weakness as if, but that moment of weakness. I woke up from that, and I went to the extent of writing it even on my status to say, if the world was ending,
If
the world was ending, you will come over, right? Type situation. As if I'm quoting a song, and I was talking about literally ending myself, to say, hey,
was anyone alarmed by that, if you don't mind me asking? Because I can literally, but I'm like,
I've written different statuses. In fact, during that period, because it wasn't one time thing or maybe an hour thing. During that period, I've written different statuses, and my parables. I mean, sometimes. So some things I write them in parables. Even things letinhle or letikahle, I try to write them in parables. Yeah, but when I say this, yet there's a hidden meaning type situation. So I did write something again on another day where there was somebody who noticed and actually called me and said, hey, where are you? I'm coming to you. And it wasn't a friend. This person wasn't a friend. I need to call this person. This person wasn't a friend. This person wasn't see anything. It was just somebody that was in my contacts.
And they saw that.
And they called and they reached out and they came to Ngoyoyo, where I was staying by that time. And we met. It was for the first time them coming to, and I had to direct them, and we met and we had a conversation at length about what's going on, what can be done, and all those type of things. And back to quality for me. I know you were not comfortable sharing what was the reason that was, but back to quality that have been caused by me trying to make it happen in as far as my passion or my vision or my hustle is concerned.
Actually, coming to think about it, that's true. Because everything, even your life, it may not be, I'm just sorry to cut you, but it may not per se be trying to your hustles. It can be relationship wise. Just to get mine out there, it was relationship wise. If you want to know, we'll have another episode.
Oh, now somebody is sharing.
Saying some confidence. But yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this journey that we're living,
Yes.
and in this journey that we are in as young
Yes,
adults,
yes.
do you think there's a certain roadmap that we should follow, or that we are following
Okay.
in becoming the adults that we aspire to be, or that we want to be, filled with purpose, adults that are going to be confident in what they are doing, adults that they are going to be laba reliable, like reliable. Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Like
English, yeah, balega sometimes. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to ask you is, do you think we were not taught gahle what we are to know to become? Like le roadmap, I guess I'm kunendlela yini kumele siyilandzele vele.
There's no roadmap.
Okay. Explain your answer.
Is there a roadmap though? I think, let me say this. There was a roadmap. Our parents, let me put it this way. The way they brought us up, let me say. The way they brought us up, they said, let there be, do this, do that. You were able now to follow them. And now it's a matter of you making it out. Now you've got to figure things out, So, do we have a roadmap? No. But we do have, going back, a purpose or goals that we want to fulfill. And of course, now you have to make that roadmap for yourself.
On how to accomplish those things.
On how to become a reliable adult. On how to become the best version you want to be.
Of a father or of a mother.
Exactly. Or a person in society. Or the type of influence you want to have, Then now that's when you plan. And to those plans that you make, sometimes they don't even go straight, to be honest.
True.
You've made that plan and you're saying, wow, I've just gone completely off, but I'm still going onto that track. So somewhat it's tar gravel,
tar.
So it's also
okay. Ngicabanga ukuthi we always want to push the blame of what we've become to our parents. And I am thinking, as you're speaking, is it worth doing that?
No. It's not worth doing it. They wanted the best for us, and then their decisions we took in the short period of becoming an adult
led us to.
Exactly.
When do we say they did a good job? What qualifies one to say, you know what, I think who groomed me did a good job? Because like you're saying, when we get to adulting, then there is no roadmap, of which they might be there, the guardians, the parents, whosoever, they might be there in as far as an advisory committee or whatsoever, but they are no longer like they were saying, hey, kuba kanje. They are no longer spoon feeding you decisions.
No,
they are no longer taking some decisions for you. But I'm literally asking the fact that when do we say they did a good job grooming us up? What qualifies us to say they did a good job?
When you see the values coming out, literally.
Nah. I wanted us. I was trying to
get me there
because I was thinking that.
Yes.
I think we always want to say push the blame.
It's them. No, they
because,
should have.
Yeah, they should have that. Because we're at a point where now it's us and our decisions and consulting with them or with the people around us. Then we feel like they are no longer there or whatsoever. Or they left us hanging, so they never did a good job. No, bruh.
No.
If you're able to say, I am able to wake up at 4:30,
make up my bed,
and make up my bed,
take a bath, And
clean the room that I was slept in and go on your panda on your hustler.
that was them. That's
Then
them.
they planted that seed.
they did.
They did. They planted that seed
If
in you.
I'm able to say no, those no's back then were, you would be so mad. But here they are now.
Exactly. If
So-
you're able to see a child emgwaqweni badlala ibhola and you're able to see a child wenda something wrong and umkhude angasiwa kini okunja, that means there's something in you that's made you see that
Is
what
wrong.
the child is doing is wrong and he needs to be taught or be guided into doing. So enough with the pushing the blame faces.
No, it's not the parents. It's
At-
you.
Exactly. At adulting,
It's
at
us.
adulting, it's time for you to take the stand and say, yes, it is tough. Yes, it is hard. Yes, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yes.
But at least I'm able to know what's good from wrong. I'm able to know what I need to do for me to get
to get it
where's-
done.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So plan properly, guys.
Yes.
And have those roadmaps for yourself
Yes.
in achieving those goals that you want to achieve. And what is it? What is the other thing that you said? You said you plan, you create a roadmap.
Oh, you create your plan, you groom. And
Exactly.
so
and allow yourself to fail sometimes. And wait and
Wake
ditsensitse
up.
and uvuko ongenele indlela.
That's so true. So in today's episode, I've learned a lot about myself also, and about coffee.
That's how funny it is, ne?
Yeah, you learn
It's
a
funny
lot.
because like we talk, and it's like we're talking to faces alone, Gani, yet we are also talking to ourselves. Like individually, as I'm talking to you,
yes.
I'm also talking to myself.
Oh yes. So
Ne? So this is what we're all about. Basically, we're all about inspiring you. We're all about inspiring those conversations, personal conversations, group setting type of conversations, and all those kind of things. So if she can confidently say she learned something, and I can confidently say I learned something,
definitely learned something.
then you definitely learned something. So yeah, guys, let us wrap this up, Linde.
Oh, let's wrap
What
it
are
up.
we leaving out?
Nothing. I don't think we're leaving out anything.
Watch out for our next episode. Our first guest are coming in.
I'm excited.
I can't
I'm
wait.
so excited. I can't wait.
Can't
Our
wait.
first guest you're gonna see.
No, don't spoil. But yeah, they are coming in, and we can't wait to do that. And thank you guys so much for staying until this period, until this end. Again, if sikborile somewhere, siyaxolisa. Siyaxolisa, but hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to do that. Hit the bell button and go on our social media platforms.
Follow, like,
us. Become a
comment.
facer. Comment.
Thank
Share your view. Share your whatsoever.
Yeah.
Wada. Da. We love you guys. Until next time, I'm Mayibongwe M Speaker.
And I'm Lindelenhle 10 Joya.
Bye.